What's up YouTube, it's Razor, and I got my Lightsworn deck profile here. So, let's go ahead and get started here. We got triple Raiden, one of the best Lightsworns, mill 2, and then at the end phase you mill 2 more. It's pretty much staple in every Lightsworn deck pretty much. One electromagnetic turtle, ends the battle phase, very good. Best card in the deck, Fairy Tale Snow. Read Fairy Tale Snow. I would not run Lightsworn without Fairy Tale Snow, it's just amazing. Stops your opponent's plays, just so good. Triple Lumina, staple. Gets back Raiden usually. Minerva. 3 Minerva, gets you an extra mill. 1 Might Ray, Diabolos. If you have 4 more different lights in your grave, you can special summon him, 2800 beater. Plus, he can target a set card, and you can either put it on the top of your opponent's deck or the bottom. So, very good. Double Fellas. I don't see the point in running 3 of it, because if you mill with a spell or trap, you don't get its effect. You can only get its effect if it's milled by a monster. So, or milled by a Lightsworn monster. Triple Wolf. It's not very good in the hand, obviously, but you can use it. You can discard it with Soul Recharge, draw 2, and obviously if you mill it, it gets free 2100 beater on the field. So. Triple Eater of Millions. I don't actually use cards in my hand or field. I use extra deck monsters that I don't use. Like these are all trashy monsters I can't even summon, and I just use them for Eater of Millions. So,
what is Eater of Millions' effect?
You banish 5 cards either from your hand, field, or extra deck, and you can special summon it, and it gains 500 for each face down, or 100 for each face down banished card. And when it attacks, you can banish a monster that it attacks, or if it's attacked, like let's say your opponent attacks it, you can banish the monster that attacks, and you can use that once per turn.
Every card that's banished, so even if say you run into a player that plays Pot of Desires, wow, see that could be in today's format. When we were at our locals, a lot of people were running Pot of Desires, so that would be a pretty powerful monster to come up against.
A lot of people are running it in the meta, so that's why I ran it. Triple Honest. Obviously with the new Banlist you can run 3 Honest now, so might as well. But I played at the locals and I drew it too many times. I kept drawing it like every time. I didn't have a monster to really combine it with. So I don't know if 3 is a little too much, maybe 2. I don't know. I just feel like I was drawing it way too much. Triple JD, of course. Blows up the field. Staple. You can run 3 Charge Light Brigades now, so obviously the best spell in the deck. Well, arguably, I personally, I don't know what's better between Charge Light Brigade or Soul Recharge, but they're both really good. Triple MST. I would run Twin Twister instead, but I don't have Twin Twister, so MST. Or actually, I'd probably run Cosmic Cyclone because there's a lot of Pendulum Magician players, and Cosmic Cyclone's a lot better against Pendulum Magicians. Triple Solar Recharge, staple. Get you extra draws, get you extra mills. 1 Foolish Burial. I'd run it at 3 if I could. I usually send Wolf of it, and then if you send Wolf, you get to special summon Wolf. So. And then triple Lightsworn Judgment. If it's milled with a Lightsworn monster, you can add JD to your hand. So, all right, now for the extra deck, like a lot of these cards are for Eater of Millions, but I'll go ahead and show off the whole extra deck anyway. But I'm not, let's see, we got one Grandosaurus. I do have a way to summon him with Lumina and Minerva, but I don't actually go into him that often. Michael is the most used extra deck monster that I have. I have double Michael actually. Let me find it. Yeah, there's double Michael right there. No need to run 3 because up 2 is usually enough. I don't usually go into any more than that. One Stardust. I know it's not great, but it's good against certain decks, and I didn't have anything else. So, and the other last XYZ or synchro that I can go into is Utopia. That's pretty much all I go into in the deck. I don't have other cards, so just gotta use what you got, and I don't have anything else. So the rest are for Eater of Millions. So I'm not gonna bother saying their names because they're not really relevant. Just for Eater of Millions. Well, I can go into Illuminite though. It requires 3 level 4s, but yeah, that's not gonna really happen in Lightsworns. And just Eater of Million fodder. So that's pretty much my deck. I don't have a side deck either. I would, but I feel like my main deck is good enough. I don't really need to side anything unless the only thing I'd consider siding is like if I had like anti-spell fragrance or anything to stop Pendulum Magicians, because obviously Pendulum Magicians are a problem. I went 1 and 3 at locals yesterday, and I dueled 2 Pendulum Magician players, and I didn't stand a chance because that deck's just so powerful. If I had to put in an anti-spell fragrance, though, it'd probably slow them down a lot, if not stop them entirely, because anti-spell fragrance is so good against pendulums. But this has been my deck profile, my Lightsworn deck. I don't really play a whole lot in real life, so that's why my deck's not all that. It's pretty standard Lightsworn deck, but I would run a better deck if I played more in real life, but I don't. As you guys know, I play on Ygopro Pro, so I make most of my decks on Ygopro Pro. That way I have every card available to me, and I enjoy making decks on Ygopro Pro, so I may get back into making decks in real life though eventually. And I'm actually planning on buying a Magic Spectre deck, so I'll probably do a Magic Spectre deck profile here soon. Whenever I buy that. I haven't bought it yet, but I probably will eventually. But anyway, it's been my Lightsworn deck profile. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll get some more Ygopro Pro decks out for you here soon.